Good morning student. I am your science teacher Kamal Bakshi. So today I am going to deliver my lecture over the chapter that is different kinds of material. So what we are supposed to read in this chapter, okay? The first thing we need to learn about this chapter that why we are just getting the knowledge of materials, okay? We have two basic terms that is object and materials. I will discuss these two terms first with you and after that we will discuss the chapter later. The two things are there, object and material, okay? What do you mean by object? Object, anything we can feel and touch, okay? And material, the composition, it is called composition. In short we can say it is composition. That means from the composition of material we will get our object, okay? The first thing you just need to learn about this chapter, you need to memorize about this chapter, that object and material. Object is what? The composition of material from which an object is made, okay? After that, the first question arises in our mind that why we need to learn about object and materials, okay? And how I can relate this with a practical example. So I give you a practical example that we have a library in our schools and there are different sections of books in the library, okay? There is a mathematical section, there is a science section, an English section and Hindi section where the different publishers books are placed there. So why they place there and why they recognize or why they can rearrange the books in different manner? Why? Because it is convenient for the student to find the book in an easy way if there is a section of science where all the science books are available there having different publisher, okay? So we need to rearrange or we need to arrange the things on the basic of their properties, okay? So in this chapter we will learn about the properties of material also. So I will discuss before deep rooted into the chapter the things we are going to learn in this chapter. That is, first thing is introduction, okay? Introduction. After that, object and material, okay? Properties of material. So these terms we gonna cover in this chapter. हमें ये सब चीज़ें we need to cover in this chapter. So let's start. But before I just explain or start the first topic, I need to clear one thing, that we have different object and different object are made from different kind of materials. So it is not essential that one object is made from one kind of a material, okay? One object can made of a different kind of material. Like you can see there is a copper, there is a different kind of utensils, copper, aluminium, and they have different appearance also. In the similar way we have some other object also who don't have shiny surface. So these are differentiate on the basic of their properties. But why we need to learn about properties, okay? Why we need to learn properties, okay? Why we need to learn properties? Because without properties we can't differentiate any object from which category they belong. If we know that there is a crop of rice, there is a crop of paddy, then we can easily relate with other crops that is sown in that season. Like in summer season, if you mention it that in summer season this crop is grown, that means you have some idea that this crop is grown in summer season. In the same way, if you want to know about any material, for that you must know about the properties of that material. So we can differentiate the object according to their properties, okay? The first thing, it is convenient to locate objects. Okay, and the second one, it helps us to find the traits of object. Find the traits of object. Okay, these are the two things. Convenient हो जाता है where the object is exactly, and the second things we need to learn about the character of the object, like traits of the object. Now we will learn about the properties of material. Okay, properties of material. So in this, first property is appearance. Okay, the first property is appearance. The second property is texture. Okay, the second property is texture. Then it is solubility. Okay, then ability to float and sink. Ability to float and sink. After that, you can relate this with magnetic property. Okay, and dissolving property. So we're gonna discuss in this chapter properties of material, that is appearance, texture, solubility, ability to float and sink, magnetic property, dissolving property. Okay, so let's start with the first property, that is appearance property. Okay, the first property is appearance. So when we talk about appearance, the first thing comes to our mind that obviously we look at every person, we just look at appearance. Okay, so every object has different kind of appearance. Like when we talk about silver, aluminium, there are many utensils which have a shiny surface, and there are many other objects also like a rubber or wood which has very rough surface and they don't have any shine in them. So when we talk about appearance, the first thing you just clear in your mind, two kinds of object exist in the materials, that is one is lustrous and second is non-lustrous. Okay, so in appearance we can distinguish them into two parts, that is lustrous and non-lustrous. Okay, that means when we talk about lustrous and when we talk about non-lustrous. Okay, when we talk about lustrous, it is shiny surface. Okay, shiny surface. Okay, and when we talk about non-lustrous, didn't shine. Okay, didn't shine. So it's about lustrous and non-lustrous when it comes about appearance. Now I will give example of non-lustrous and lustrous. When we talk about lustrous, that is silver and aluminium, you can say. And when we talk about non-lustrous, that is, you can say, rubber and plastic, which do not have shine in them. Okay, so now come to the next property. The next property is solubility. Okay, the second property is when we talk about solubility, that means there are some objects, you can't say object, there are some substances which can dissolve in water and there are some substances which do not dissolve in water. So how can we distinguish them into category of solubility? So again, in solubility also there are two categories. One is soluble material, okay, and the second one is insoluble material. insoluble material. So when we talk about soluble, soluble means that dissolve in water, dissolve in water. Okay, and when we talk about insoluble, that means it is opposite of soluble, did not dissolve in water. Okay, so soluble and insoluble, you have clearing this thing in your mind that soluble means dissolve in water and insoluble means like didn't dissolve in water. So how can we say which thing is dissolve in water? Like you just put salt in the water, it dissolve in water, so that means it comes in the category of soluble material. And when we put something very solid that didn't dissolve in the water, जो पानी में dissolve नहीं होता, that is come in the category of insoluble. So in this oxygen, the example is oxygen, and in this the example is nitrogen. Okay, these are the gases, that is oxygen is soluble and nitrogen is insoluble. Okay, now we will come to the third property, that is hardness. Hardness, what do you mean by hard? When we talk about hard, that means a thing which is very solid, which have very much kind of a weight, we can't lift them. Okay, but when we talk about hardness, this thing can relate with an example. When you just take a duster, wooden duster, and you just try to compress it on a table, does it compress? No, it never compress. But if you take a cotton ball and you try to compress them, does it compress? Yes, it is. And the difference between the both things is because the thing is very solid. The wooden duster, you can able to see that is kind of made of plastic, but still if you have a wooden duster, you can able to see that it never compress. And the cotton ball is very soft, it try to compress. The hardness we can define on this matter, the object which can compress, that is come in the category of hardness, and which cannot compress, that will not come in the category of hardness. Okay, so you can say an object which cannot compress. Okay, which can't compress, which can't compress. Okay, so hardness is just about, like, you have to know that hardness is just, if it cannot compress, then it means it is hard. Now its fourth property, the fourth property is texture. Okay, texture. When we talk about texture, that means the fabric texture, texture of the clothes. Yeah, it relate with this. The fabric, whenever we touch something, how we feel, that define the texture. That means when we touch anything, what we feel, that is called as texture. As you able to see, some has soft texture and some has rough texture. Okay, so how can you say the objects? You can mention their soft texture like silk. Okay, silk. And here you can take an example of rough surface, it is rubber. Okay, so there are two examples of soft texture and rough texture. Texture are also defined into two categories, that is soft texture and rough texture. When we talk about soft texture, then it comes to silk, and when we talk about rough texture, then it is rubber. Okay, now we will talk about transparent material. Okay, so when we talk about transparent, the first thing comes to our mind, which is very visible to us, from which we can enable to see any object, that is called as transparent. Like if you have a window of glass, we are able to see the what is happening outside, so that is transparent. So transparent material, you can easily say a single definition, that is we enable to see the object. Okay, we enable to see the object, that is transparent. Okay, Now the transparent material is different categorized into three parts. Okay, it categorized into three parts. The first is opaque object, opaque object, translucent, and then transparent. So when we talk about opaque objects, translucent object and transparent object, we will discuss it now. Okay, the first one is opaque. So opaque object, right? I will mention example first, that is wax paper, you can say. Okay, wax paper is sufficient. You can give one example, that is sufficient. Opaque object, the object which we unable to see clearly, जिनसे हमें clearly नहीं दिखता, that is called as opaque object, and the example is wax paper. The second one is translucent. Okay, translucent. When we talk about translucent is just the object which we can see a bit clearly, we able to see, not clearly bit, in which we able to see but not that much clear. Okay, but not that much clear. You can give example is like tissue paper, or you can example give a butter paper. You can give example of butter paper. Okay, butter paper is a one and only example of, like, you can mention in translucent object. Now the third one is transparent. Okay, transparent we will discuss earlier also. The transparent के examples we can mention here: air, water. That is the two example that from which we can see clearly. We can clearly see the object. That is the two main example of transparent. Now the sixth property is conductivity. In physics or in science, we can say conductivity means that an object which are specified to conduct electricity. Okay, that is called as conductivity. Conductivity is a property. But in this we will learn about two terms. That is, first is conductors, and the second one is insulator. Okay, the second one is insulator. So we will discuss these terms. Like in conductors, in this they allow electricity to pass through them. Okay, pass through them. They allow electricity to pass through them. That is called as conductors, and the example is aluminium. When we talk about insulator, it is opposite of conductors, and the example I can mention here, that is wood. From wood the electricity never pass. Okay, insulator, they don't allow electricity to pass through them. So we can distinguish between conductor and insulator. Conductors are those, they allow electricity to pass through them, and the example is aluminium. Insulator, we can differentiate between conductors, like they do not allow the electricity to pass through them, and the example is wood. So it is clear to you now. After that, the last one is magnetic material. Okay, magnetic material can distinguish. Magnetic means which attract magnet. Okay, which attract magnet is called magnetic material. Okay, it is called as magnetic material. And when we talk about non-magnetic material, non-magnetic material, that means in non-magnetic material we can say it never attract to magnet. Which do not, you can say which do not, you just put do not attract to magnet. Okay, so this is all about the chapter, but now I will discuss the summary of this chapter. So what we just learned this chapter here. Okay, first thing we learn about the definition of object and material. That means we get to know that object is made from the composition of material. We can make materials से हम object बना सकते हैं. That is the composition of material required to make an object. The first thing. Okay, and after that we learn why we need to know about properties. Why we need to know about properties? It is convenient to locate the objects. Okay, objects find करने में हमें दिक्कत नहीं होगी. I will give you example of library, and after that we will discuss about the properties. Okay, properties of material. In this, the first property is appearance, in which we talk about lustrous and non-lustrous. Okay, lustrous and non-lustrous. It is shining and it's not shining. Okay, so appearance में we will discuss about it is shiny and it is not shiny. Okay, second property we will discuss solubility. Again, which dissolve in water. Two will distinguish soluble and insoluble. Okay, soluble and insoluble. Soluble means dissolve in water, dissolve, and it is not dissolved. Okay, not dissolved. After that we just read about the third property is texture. Texture is soft and rough. Fourth property we will discuss conductivity, in which we will learn about conductors and insulator. And the fifth property is magnetic. Okay, so it's all about the chapter we just learned in this lecture. So hope you will understand each and every term, and thank you. Have a nice day.